Hey there, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Katie and this is Louisiana Cooking and Living. And today we are going to be making some yummy black-eyed peas with andouille and smoked sausage. So in the South, a tradition for New Year's Day is black-eyed peas and cabbage. We are not a huge fan of cabbage, so we will not be having cabbage, but we love black-eyed peas with, today we're doing andouille sausage and smoked sausage. And we're using a leftover ham bone from Thanksgiving. We just stuck it in the freezer and we're able to use that for this black-eyed peas today. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, I just wanna show you, my daughter gave me this apron with my logo on it for Christmas, and I'm super excited to be able to use this. Purple is my favorite color, and this is my logo. And so I'm excited to be able to wear this and share it with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so most of my bean recipes all start this off the same way. I've done a white bean recipe for you before, and I can link that up in the cards. But today we're doing black-eyed peas, like I said, for New Year's. And so we're going to use this smoked sausage, this Conecuh smoked sausage. I think this is from Alabama. My brother turned me onto this. He lives in Florida, and we like it a lot. I'm also going to use some andouille sausage. This is a smoked sausage, but it's almost like ham in the casing and not like a ground pork texture. It's more like a ham texture. And when we slice into this, I'll go ahead and show you what I mean. It's a little spicy also, and it is smoked. And then I have a ham bone from Thanksgiving that we threw in the freezer. And this was a honey-baked ham. And for years and years and years, I would not use a honey-baked ham to make my beans, but I did one year because that's all I had. And y'all, it was really good. That little, I mean, most of the glaze part is cut off the ham. That little bit of sweetness is really good in the beans. We have one giant onion here and then a bunch of garlic. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my sausage all sliced up, and then we'll move to the stovetop. Let's see if I can show you what this andouille looks like on the inside. So it's more like a ham in there, texture, instead of a ground pork. So this is what our andouille is. So we'll get this sliced up. I usually slice it on an angle, so it gets a little bit more crispier when we throw it in the pot to brown it up. All right, I'm gonna get all this sliced up, and oh, I'm gonna grab some peppers too real quick. Let me grab that. I just have a jalapeno, and this is a sugar rush peach pepper from my garden. They're looking a little sad. I need to use them up, so I'm gonna put these in here too. And all my vegetables, I really don't chop them up so much because they're gonna cook down with the beans. So like for a pepper, I'm just gonna cut it in 4 pieces. This garlic I'm gonna leave whole. And the onion, I usually will cut it in half, and then in half, and then like that. So I'm gonna get the rest of the sausage cut up, and we'll move over to the stovetop and get these black-eyed peas going. Before we move over to the stovetop, I just want to show you, I have 2 pounds of black-eyed peas here. These are dried black-eyed peas, and I've been soaking them in water. You soak them overnight, and it breaks down the phytic acid in the beans or peas, whichever one you're using dried, which is what causes stomach discomfort and maybe some gas, is that phytic acid. So if you let them soak overnight, it actually cuts down your cooking time because they do swell up, but it also pulls all that out of your beans or peas that you're going to be cooking. So these have been soaking, and we'll drain this water off before we put them in the pot. I just want to show you that real quick. All right, this is my big cast iron Dutch oven here, and we have got it heating up, and I'm just going to throw my sausage and my andouille in here. All right, we're gonna get this browned up and then we'll move on from this, okay? We'll be back. Okay, our sausage and andouille have browned down enough and we're gonna add our veggies. And I'm literally just dumping these in here like they are. Another tip whenever you're in the middle of soaking your beans, if you just kind of go through them and see if there's any that have gone bad or they're a little brown, or if you have any rocks. Sometimes you can find rocks in your beans. So just kind of go through them. There's one I missed. It's a little brown. All right, we're going to throw these in the pot now. Hopefully we have room for water in this pot. This is my big Dutch oven. I'm gonna throw my ham bone in here. And of course, once this cooks down, this ham will come off the bone. All right, let me grab some water to fill this up. All right, so that was about 14 cups of water there, just to kind of give you an idea. You just want to make sure that everything's good and covered. We're going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to add some salt real quick. This is some Redmond Real salt. I do have a discount code in the description box if you'd like to check them out. If you see all the different colors in here, this is the different minerals. Whoops, I'm spilling it. That are in here. I think it's over 60 minerals that is in this salt. It's great for you. It's natural electrolytes right there. I'm going to add some of my Cajun seasoning. I do sell this on Etsy if you're interested in that and checking that out. That's linked in the description box also. It's been humid here lately. It just doesn't want to come out. All right, and then the next thing we're going to add is just some bay leaves. We'll throw in 5. They're kind of small. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and then I'm going to reduce it down to a simmer, and we're going to let this go for 3 or 4 hours, really. And we'll come back as soon as they are ready. I'll start this up with some cornbread. We'll have another baked ham to go with this. Speaking of, so this ham bone is going to give us some really good flavor in our beans. But if you didn't want to make beans and you have a ham bone left over from the holidays, you can boil your ham bone, take the meat off of it, and use it in a soup or whatever, but then use your broth and can that. I do have a video on canning ham bone broth. So if you want to, I'll leave it linked up here in the cards. I'm not sure if it's on this side or this side. If you just touch that, it'll take you to that video, and you can check out how to can some ham bone broth. Don't ever throw your bones away. Always make broth. All right, let's let this simmer, and we'll be back. All right, so black-eyed peas are not, or we don't eat them like we would do like a red beans and rice or white beans with rice, where it's almost not soupy, but has like that brothy gravy-ness to it. The black-eyed peas, when we eat them, I mean, you could eat these over rice like that, but we eat them as a side dish. It is not hard at all. You just saw this, but it just takes a few hours to cook them down, but they're so yummy. If you soak them overnight, they cook a lot faster. And something else we like to have alongside is and I'll leave the recipe linked in the description box because I did not make this for the video, but my cornbread fried up like a pancake. This is super yummy to dip into your red beans, black-eyed peas, whatever it is you're eating. And I just use my typical cornbread recipe, and I'll leave the description box the ingredients I use, and you can make up your own cornbread. Let's go ahead and give this a try. A little piece of my sausage and my black-eyed peas. Those are so good. I personally like them better than red beans and rice. I don't know, I just really like the black-eyed peas. My dad always grew black-eyed peas in the garden growing up, and I just loved having them. I grew black-eyed peas in the garden this year. I didn't have enough to make a big old pot for New Year's Day, but we have had them. It's like a little side dish with dinner a few times. I would like to be able to grow enough to have more than just one time. So we'll just see what happens in the garden in the future. But I hope you give this recipe a try. Sorry, I hadn't swallowed it all. I will leave some more recipes over here on the side you can catch up on if you haven't seen them yet. And my logo will be right here. And you can just touch that and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.